YouTube. So I'm gonna basically, this video is going to be telling you guys about Xander's health problems, or what's going on with him right now. It's just like an update kind of thing, even though you guys really don't have an idea of what he went through or whatever. So this is basically a video just explaining everything he's been through so far. When he came out, I had him at 30 weeks. I had him at 30 weeks, and he weighed 2 pounds 11 ounces. Immediately, he had to go to the NICU, all that kind of stuff. He was hooked up to the ventilator, oxygen. He was hooked up to the oxygen for about a week, 2 weeks. He was on that. Even though when he came out, he was breathing okay, they just didn't want to overwork him. They also put a feeding tube down his throat to go into his stomach so he could have feedings. They did let me pump, so he was getting he was still getting the nutrition he needed. And the whole time I was in the hospital, I could not, well, not the whole time I was in the hospital, but the 3 days after he was born, I couldn't go see him because I was under isolation for reasons I don't even know. But I was under isolation, and they wouldn't let me go see him. They did the eye thing where they put a mask over his eyes. I think it's to prevent jaundice or something. They did that and put a light over his incubator. He did have to be put in an incubator or isolate, whatever you want to call it. The nurses in the NICU call it an isolate, so yeah. He was put on that for a while. He had just gotten off of it not that long ago, actually. He really didn't have a lot of health problems. He didn't really have any at all. There was like one thing that he did have, which most premature babies get. It's when valves in the heart don't close all the way when they're born, and they close within the first year of life. So that was the only thing that they were worried about. And he did have a couple problems where his heart rate would just drop and would go back up in like 2 seconds, but yeah, that wasn't something they were really worried about. He was definitely a really good baby for them. He never really gave any of them problems. He started bottle feeding at 34 weeks. That's what they go by. They go by the gestational date. I keep stopping on that word because I can't really say it. But they go by how old he would be in the womb since he's premature. They don't go by, oh, he's a week old or anything. Since I was delivered at 30 weeks and 4 days, he was 30 weeks and 4 days old. And the week after that, he was 31 and 4 weeks old, or 31 weeks and 4 days old. So that's how they do it. They didn't start him until 34 weeks, and basically every Friday they try to do something new with him. He wasn't doing good at first, so he was only getting a bottle like once or twice a day, and then he started getting used to it. And then within that week, he basically nailed just drinking out of the bottle. He was doing really good. So just on strict bottle feeds for basically up until now. He was supposed to come home yesterday, which was Monday, but they did an ultrasound, and I'm not going to say what the ultrasound was, even though it'll pretty much give it away when I talk about the next thing that happened. They did an ultrasound, and apparently he had a hernia. So I didn't know about this because the doctor who did the ultrasound was supposed to call me after they found out about it, and they didn't. So when they called me this morning, he basically the nurse called me and asked me, the doctor wants to know if you want to do consent for a surgery. And I'm like, for what? A surgery for what? And they were saying, oh, well, he has a hernia. I'm just saying, I didn't know he had a hernia. So they forwarded me to the doctor, his pediatric doctor in the hospital, and we talked for a while. He explained what it was and where it was at and how it would be best just to go ahead and put him in surgery so he wouldn't have further problems. I don't know how he got the hernia. I don't know. I wasn't there. Wasn't there when he got out of surgery. I really wanted to be. I had to give them voice consent over the phone. I couldn't go see him like I wanted to, mainly because I had no ride, because I still can't drive, and my boyfriend had to work, and he couldn't get the day off. So they went ahead, did surgery on him today, and he did really good. They, of course, put him down under for it. So they gave him anesthesia and put him to sleep, and he did really good with dealing with that. They have him on an isolate incubator thing, and they have him also with the ventilator, oxygen thing, because they want to not overwork him, and he's doing a lot better now than he was getting out of surgery. He's definitely not using the ventilator as much as he was before, but that's to be expected. I was expecting that. So maybe tomorrow, I talked to his nurse a little while ago, and hopefully tomorrow he'll be able to get out of his isolate and off the ventilator, and, off the isolate and off the ventilator, and be able to recover. They did not give me a day when he'd be able to come home. They said probably like another few days. It just depends how his incisions heal. They said that he didn't need stitches. They glued him together, and he didn't really cry. They want to keep him there for, I guess, like another few days to see if he's in pain, because if he's in pain and they discharge him, they want to make sure I have pain medicine for him when he comes home. So I was just trying to think what else she said. She told me that he didn't seem like he was in pain or anything, but it was still too early for him to actually feel anything. He was still loopy, and I know how it feels to be loopy because I was loopy when I had him, so it was good. But yeah, other than that, there's really nothing new. I will update more when I find out more. I don't really know what else to say, but thanks for watching, guys, and if you have any questions or video requests, leave it down below. Excuse me. I'll make sure to do it. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.